Hey guys, welcome back for another video, and in today's video we have a very interesting comparison between OnePlus 8 and the upcoming OnePlus 8T stated to launch on October 14th, 2020. Now the OnePlus 8 was launched 3 or 4 months ago and it was a success in comparison to the OnePlus 8 Pro. We had made many videos on the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro earlier. Check the description or check our earlier videos. So let's start the comparison. Now there are certain comparison criteria here. We will start with the display first. So if we come to the display, both these phones have 6.55-inch display, which is decent, not yet too much compact, not too much big, and both have FHD plus resolution, and OnePlus 8 supports 90Hz AMOLED display, whereas the OnePlus 8T is stated to have 120Hz AMOLED display and also an additional 240Hz touch sampling rate. Touch sampling rate is pretty decent for gaming purposes, but the thing is that not much of a refresh rate upgrade. 90Hz to 120Hz, we could have expected a 144Hz because many companies offer 144Hz in this price, especially the gaming phones. Now both these phones offer on-screen fingerprint scanners. The display, of course, it's not much of an upgrade, but display is okay. Now the thing is that OnePlus 8T won't have a curved display like a OnePlus 8. Now the curved display does feel a lot of premium, but this time there are no curved display, so that's something disappointing in the OnePlus 8T. Let's move on to the next segment, which is the processor. Now OnePlus 8 had the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 5G processor. Now this processor was a pretty powerful processor. It was a very nice processor. It worked very well, played games smoothly in max settings. So we can also expect the OnePlus 8T to have a similar processor with the Snapdragon 865 plus 5G, or one Snapdragon 865 is also possible because the listing hasn't revealed much about the processor, although we can expect either an Snapdragon 865 5G processor or an 865 plus 5G. The more chances out of 865 5G. So processor, equal processor, not an upgrade at all. Then let's move on to the next segment, which is the camera. The camera of the OnePlus 8 was decent. Not too good, but decent. 48 megapixel primary camera, 16 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Yes, it was a triple camera setup, but it didn't have a telephoto lens like the OnePlus 7T. It also had a 16 megapixel punch hole selfie camera, but the OnePlus 8T is also similar. We could have expected in the T series of OnePlus phones, we can expect a telephoto lens, but this time there's no telephoto lens, which is really surprising for me. 48 megapixel primary camera, 16 megapixel ultra wide camera, 5 megapixel depth camera. So there has been an additional camera which is called a depth camera, and depth camera is kinda crap because it doesn't work at all, to be honest. Yeah, the working of the depth camera is not at all noticeable in certain pictures, to be honest. Companies just add this camera just to show that it's a quad camera setup. Depth camera is of no use, to be honest. And the 2 megapixel macro camera. So basically the camera has no improvement. Now 48 megapixel aperture, etc. lens, they could have been improved in the OnePlus 8T. That only the real pictures of that phone will state that. But surprising is that no telephoto lens. Coming to the selfie, 16 megapixel punch hole selfie, same, or a 32 megapixel punch hole selfie. There's equal chance. There can be a 32 megapixel selfie camera or a 16 megapixel selfie camera. So here the camera, if you see, more or less same camera, no big difference. Let's move on to the next segment. The battery. OnePlus 8 had a 4300 mAh battery. Now the thing we all know that OnePlus have battery drain issues, and OnePlus 8 had a 30-watt fast charging along with it, but OnePlus 8T has similar as well, 4500 mAh battery, so total 200 mAh improvement, but it has a really fast, super fast charging from Realme, 65-watt dart charge. Dart charge is really powerful. It will charge your phone in no time. But to be honest, yeah, this dart charge was really required because flagships, when we buy a flagship, it's expected that we get the best of specs. So yeah, this is good, but dart charge overall, 65-watt charge will in the long run damage your phone's battery slightly, not too much, but probably a phone with 30-watt charge would last 4 years, whereas 65-watt dart charge will make the phone last up to 3.5 years or so. So that's the difference overall in the dart charge, but the battery has been improved only by 200 mAh, not much of a difference here. Now this one has 120Hz, so battery will drain faster. Let's move on to the next segment, the UI software and price. OnePlus 8 has Oxygen OS, whereas the OnePlus 8T of course has Oxygen OS. Both run on Android 10 and both will get Android 11 soon. The price of the OnePlus 8 is around 45,000 for the 8 plus 128GB variant, whereas the OnePlus 8T is speculated to be priced around 50,000 for the 8 plus 128GB variant. Now the price, of course, both are overpriced technically, but if you see that OnePlus 8T is kind of more overpriced because not much of a upgrade it is, not even a single telephoto lens, no curved displays. So let's come to our overall verdict right now. Our verdict: the OnePlus 8T has no curved display, no telephoto lens, not much improved battery, only 120Hz refresh rate, which is additionally 30Hz more refresh rate, as equal processor, or if a Snapdragon 865 Plus, then that's very good, but we think it's an equal processor. 5 megapixel depth camera just for show off for a quad camera setup, and the main thing is that OnePlus is still stuck to 48 megapixels. There was speculated that OnePlus 8T Pro is not coming, only 8T is coming. So why not give a 64 megapixel camera? This is my question to OnePlus. They should have given a 64 megapixel camera in this one. 16 megapixel selfie is also a downgrade point, because not a downgrade point, it's not a downfall point, because OnePlus is not moving ahead, to be honest. And 200 mAh battery improvement, very bad. They should have given at least a 5000 mAh battery for it. And the price, 5,000 rupees for so less things. To be honest, OnePlus should reduce their prices. And now let me tell you my thing. After OnePlus 8T launches, we can expect the OnePlus 8 to be priced cheaper. We can expect the OnePlus 8 to go down by 40,000, below 40,000. So we would recommend you to buy the OnePlus 8 at that time. It would be a killer deal. So hope you like this video, and do like, share, subscribe and comment, and we'll be back with our next video soon. So till then, bye, and hope you liked our comparison. So leave a like please. So thanks.